One,
2,
3.
for the Culture Podcast.
Yeah, let's get it.
Can we do it one more time?
Yes,
Can we do it one more
sir.
time?
Yes, sir. No, we don't. We're
I thought
golden,
we did.
baby.
Okay.
We in there like swimwear.
Okay.
Who do we
Yeah.
got today, Jay? Tell them who we got.
So I've heard one of the nastiest mans that's on the mic. Krash Benji.
appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Krash Benji, welcome to the damn show.
Hey,
In the building.
What's good?
Hey, every time I hear Krash I be like Krash Bandicoot.
You
Know
know
what I
what?
think of?
Everyone has always said that. I've
Yeah.
always gotten that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
What I mean? It's crazy because Krash Bandicoot was not the reason why I named myself that. But
Okay.
you know what? I actually did a album cover art like in 2019, I want to say.
Yeah.
And basically I used like Krash
Krash
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
as-
That's hard.
Did
But
you
yeah.
ever play Krash Bandicoot?
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
but here's
That's
the deal.
what I want to know. Did
Here's
you
the
play
deal.
Krash
Here's the deal.
Bandicoot?
I'm a huge gaming nerd.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
like really go heavy with the gaming shit. When I
Okay.
tell you like you want to talk about games, bro, you want to talk to me, man. Like,
Yes, sir.
that's what I'm telling you. I got like lots of genres. Like I will talk your fucking head off.
Well, man, we're
Okay.
excited to have you
Yes,
here.
sir.
Very excited.
Man,
to be here.
you're an interesting guy. I found you through a mutual friend of ours that I make music with, Louis Lynx.
Shout out to my brother Louis.
Yeah,
Lynx.
man. Lou's family for sure. But yeah, first I heard of you as a trainer. Supposed to be a legendary fighting trainer over here. I don't know what the story is, but this man can teach you how to kick some ass. I'm learning from one of your students, and we're supposed to link on that soon. So that's super dope. Want to hear all about that. And then, of course, the music. Man, exciting stuff. I've seen some new content recently, and we're ready to tear into it. So the way the show goes, beginning, middle, end, we want to know about how you started, where you came from, how you got into music, and everything else that you're doing. And then when it got serious, and then what you got on the horizon for. So take it away, brother. Where did it all begin?
Sure. Appreciate you, Colgate. Appreciate
Well,
that.
let me say this.
So-
I feel like I gave a bad introduction because I know nothing about you. So I didn't know what to say, and I'm excited to get to know you.
No,
You
I actually
know what
thought
I'm
the
saying? Like,
introduction was great. I thought it was great.
Okay.
I really was
I
feeling
felt
it.
like he was smooth operator.
Yeah,
Joe's just
yeah,
over
yeah,
here
I thought-
raining on his own
Yeah,
parade.
like, no,
Yeah, I
it's-
thought it was really natural, dog.
It's
I
not
thought it was
good.
really natural. Yeah. Don't be so hard on yourself.
No, but
I'm a little
like,
nervous right now
Why?
because you've been really quiet.
Oh, no.
And whenever he's quiet, there's
Not good.
trouble afoot.
Nah, everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
All right, man, take it away.
Yeah,
Tell us all
sure.
about yourself.
Where
did
are
it
you
begin?
from? Where are you from?
So yeah, originally I'm from Southside Chicago. You know, I moved to Georgia in 2000. I moved to Clayco, and basically,
Ooh, Clayco.
yeah. So
Legendary.
originally, yeah, definitely legendary. And basically, I lived in Clayco for about, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 years. And then eventually I moved to Gwinnett County. So that's pretty much
Shout
where I
out
grew up.
G-Town,
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it goes down. The
definitely.
North Side. Yes,
Yeah,
checking
A
in.
lot of people in Gwinnett.
For
I'm
sure.
one of them, checking in. Bow, bow.
For sure. As you know, like we mentioned, my boy Louis Lynx, you know, went to school with his younger brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Lou's brother plays ball. He's a good ball player.
Definitely. Huge talent, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But yeah, I guess like to start this off, so pretty much like I always was like into arts. Like I really love like anime, like Dragon Ball Z growing up. So like
Shout out Dragon Ball Z.
hell yeah. It's still an inspiration to this
Yeah.
day. And yeah, I used to draw and shit like that as a kid. So like I wanna say like maybe around like 9 or 10, like my brother started playing like Rhapsody the Basement, and he just like started putting me onto all these rappers. Like I used to always hear like regular rap shit, you know, on the radio, but it wasn't until like about like
Till you
9
saw
or
that
10.
Rap City, and then it was like, oh,
Hell
shit.
yeah.
These
hell yeah.
boys
Right,
going in.
yeah.
Hell yeah. It was like beforehand, it was like, all right, I'll just catch whatever's on the radio. But then it's like my brother really put me on to where I was getting caught up into like 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, you know what I mean?
2000 sweep, that was a crazy era.
Definitely. My brother was a rapper as well, and he loved Lil Wayne. So
did you just like hop on the mic and just start going crazy because bro's doing it, it's popping, you're like, yeah, let's get it? Or was this like a wait and see kind of thing?
Yeah, it was really like a kind of like a wait and see type of thing. So like pretty much, right, my brother, he was like in a rap group with his friends, and then I just remember like one day they were like at a bus stop, and then they had like a little fucking little, I guess, tape recorder where you could record.
Man, that looked like a gun maneuver. I was like, oh shit, someone's about to die. It's about to get real.
Tape recorder.
Yeah.
Everybody had one.
He's like,
I used to record my rap.
The tape recorder.
You know what I mean?
The little black or silver ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Press record that little tape, that small tape.
Yeah,
that's one of the ways I started learning how to like freestyle and shit, bro.
For sure. You know, it's always shocking because you know your voice sounds a tad bit different than like when you talk, as opposed to like how people hear it.
Yeah, and you're not used to it, especially the first couple times.
Hell
you're like,
no,
wait,
you're not
I
used
sound
to
like
it.
that.
I'm in love with my voice. Fuck y'all. I love listening to myself. Lacey will always call me out and be like, I don't like listening to myself talk. Well, nobody does, right? And I'm like, fuck that. I love listening to myself talk. I was rewatching one of our podcast episodes, and she's like, you're disgusting. You just love yourself too much. I'm just kidding. She doesn't even say, like, I hate the sound of my voice, but, you know, she kind of infers it because she gives me the look like.
So what's your why? My bad. What's your why? What's your why?
Oh, why do I do it? Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I didn't take it that serious up until the age of about 16 or 17. I was in high school, and like originally my plan was like I always rapped for fun and did art for fun, but like I want to say like 8th grade I got heavy into like UFC and boxing, and like that was originally my dream.
Let's hear about that too. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Did you wrestle in high school?
No, I definitely think that that was the biggest mistake I made towards like
I wrestled in high school.
Really?
So what?
Yeah. Have you ever thought about like doing MMA?
Yes.
Have you guys ever thought about throwing the fuck down?
Yeah, wrestling. Let me tell you this much: if you wrestle, pretty much MMA is an easy transition. Like I don't know if you heard, like wrestlers are like the most successful people in MMA.
Well, I knew I was big into MMA for a while, and I heard like I saw some of the MMA fighters who were like collegiate wrestlers, and I was like, I know those guys are serious.
Hell yeah.
Because like I wrestled in high school, and it was like insane, but it still wasn't that serious. Like you go to college and wrestle, and it's like, I don't know, but wrestling sucked. Let me say that.
The chair. There's an argument.
Give him the chair. Give him the chair.
Well, hey, that wrestling. Hey, I have
square, triangle, X, motherfucker, in this bitch.
Hey, but Colgate.
Nah,
hey, but it's funny you mentioned.
That was just some perspiration.
Wait. Colgate, it's funny that you mentioned that.
I hit the cush one time. You got to forgive me.
No, I think it's funny that you mentioned that because I actually believe I grew up on pro wrestling as well. I love pro wrestling.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, N64, WWE, SmackDown. What are you talking about? That's my whole childhood.
That's my whole childhood, bro.
We'd start scrapping up because of that game because you put money on the game. I'm like 13, 14. They're like, bitch, put 10 on it. Put 10 on it right now. I'm going to whoop your ass. And then he doesn't want to give you the money. And then next thing you know, you catching a fade.
Yeah.
Right there in the bedroom. Pause.
This is a big ass chip, bro. Go ahead.
That is a nice looking chip, though.
No, okay, but so when let me touch on the fighting for a second. So how, first off, in a few words, how did you really like decide, hey man, I really want to get into this? Because you said you fell in love with like MMA and stuff. And when did that start getting kind of serious for you? And then same question for the music. So you said you started rapping at 16. When did you start turning up the dial on both these things, and how did you kind of really springboard into it?
So I misspoke that. So like I rapped when I was like 9. I was rapping when I was like 9, but it just was never serious, like on and
Wheezy
off. Like,
F style.
Yeah, it just never had no direction because it was just for fun. Like but. Passion. Like I want to say when I like saw MMA in like the 8th grade, it was originally boxing. Like I had bought Fight Night Round 3, so you know, like I'm a huge gamer. I had picked up Fight Night Round 3 for Xbox 360, and pretty much like people used to always be like, "Hey, when people buy Fight Night, we never really know all the fighters and all the fucking boxers on there." So I was like, "Yo, let me research some of these people and see what's up." And basically, from that video game, I just started researching boxers, and then I just got like addicted.
You started watching, and you're like, "This shit is raw."
Exactly.
So you started knocking people out and shit.
Well,
use a pick fights and shit.
Oh hell no! Listen. Look, I did whoop this one dude's ass when I was like.
Look, this one time I put a guy in a body cast.
But I wasn't that good back then. Like I had.
If you call it whooping somebody's ass, I don't know. You be the judge. Look at the medical report. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Your guys.
Shout out to whoever that guy whose ass was.
You guys are
whooped.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, pretty much. No, it was just my brother and his friends. They like kind of like I can't say I didn't have like
damn.
He was like I didn't want to say the name because it's a blood relative.
No, hell no. I'm not saying
there's still statute of limitations. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Hell no, I couldn't whoop my brother's ass growing up. My brothers and his friends had like basically it was this other kid that was about the same size as me. You know, like, I'm a skinny motherfucker now. I was a skinny motherfucker then. Like, so basically, he instigated some shit with this. Like, there's just, you know how older dudes is. Just like, yo, y'all should throw in the gloves, type of shit, right? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, I couldn't say no. But it was like, by this time, I was only training for like, you know, a couple
Put him on and bust him. Gave him to work.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did probably like 3 or 4 rounds. We probably did like 3 or 4 rounds. And like, I know like growing up, like, I wasn't like the best fighter. So it's like, when I just remember like just whooping his ass, and I was just like thinking like, wow, this is like so easy. And like I was just really shocked because growing up I didn't really wasn't the best fighter. Like my brother was always a good fighter, but it's like I can't say I lost every fight, but I wasn't like the way my brother was winning fights. And then it's like the way I was whooping this guy's ass, I was like, whoa. Like,
how much older is your brother than you?
2 years. Yeah.
See, look, his brother got some dirt on him. His brother got some dirt on him.
No.
Watch my train of thought. This is how I know he got some dirt on you. Because you a confident motherfucker, bro. I know you. You confident.
Hell yeah.
So most brothers are like, nah, fuck that. I whoop my brother's ass.
Well,
whether they can or not.
So
his
let me tell you this much.
Could you now?
His brother caught you banging a fat girl or something.
I don't know. Listen, I think it'll be a great fight for sure. Like, all right, so let's look at it like this. Me and my brother have talked about this, right?
What's he got on you, dog?
He has better grappling and wrestling. I have better striking and Muay Thai.
Cause you cold, bro. I've seen the video.
Is he as long as you though? Does he have reach like you do? Because I know you got reach. I'm looking at you.
Like I said, we don't necessarily know. Like I said, like I'm pretty sure it'd be a great one. Like I'll say this much: we were fighting heavy. I want to say from like just like sparring and stuff from like I want to say 2014 through 2015, and we were both like getting some really good rounds.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
We were getting some good rounds.
We're just teasing you, man.
No, hell no. I love this type of shit. Like, I'll say this much, right? Yeah. Like, it's kind of like this guy, right? Like, someone like him, right? So I may have, like, maybe longer than him, right? And I can't strike him, right? Mm-hmm. But this guy, because of wrestling, a lot of times he could be like, fuck that. Let me just take this shit to the ground and then start
talking to the right one, too. But that motherfucker wrestle for real.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
but even in wrestling, though, I hated wrestling people that were this long and just like.
Well, let me tell you this. I've submitted some wrestlers before. And then there's been times where some wrestlers just straight up fucked me up like it was nothing or whatever. But I'll tell you this much. Even the wrestlers I submitted, that shit was not some easy shit.
Yeah, all right, so this is like my thought on the whole thing is like when you wrestle, the way you lose is literally just showing your back to the mat. That's how you lose. You can't show your back to the mat.
Yeah.
So like it's different in like jiu-jitsu, it's like you
fight
can be on the
back. There's tons of moves and tons of offense off the back.
Just like if you have both sides, I feel like of being able to not be on your back, but also be on your back. I feel like
that's like the sixth gear. Like,
you're a
dangerous motherfucker.
I can be on my back. Now you're fucked.
You're a dangerous motherfucker. Right?
I make myself feel good because all I did was wrestle, so I can't fight. But like
if you can wrestle, you can fight better than most people. Like it's like saying, I can't fight because I used to box. Like there's an argument that wrestling may fuck up boxing on the goddamn street. You just may not know it yet. Like I can show you how like use wrestling.
Somebody fights, like, let me make this make sense because y'all know I'm all the way retarded. So depending on who, like, okay, so say a boxer fights a wrestler, that wrestler may win. But say a boxer fights a street fighter, that street fighter could win. But say a boxer fights a jiu-jitsu person, that jiu-jitsu person might. You get what I'm trying to say though?
Keep going, don't you stop.
So basically it's like two motherfuckers that can fight.
Rock, paper,
All
scissors.
right, so
Yeah.
somebody who kick, no,
yeah,
listen,
yeah. I see
listen.
what you- I
Somebody
see what
do
you're
it.
saying.
Somebody who kickboxes and and everybody know this motherfucker can fight.
Yeah.
And somebody who's in the streets and they like, oh, this motherfucker can fight.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit,
It's just different styles.
different
Yeah.
techniques.
Let
So
me-
it's like
Yeah.
just because you lose a fight, that don't mean you can't fight. Because you may have
Hell
a
no.
motherfucker
Hell no.
you may fight a motherfucker like Kimbo Slice, then you may fight a Ken Shamrock, then you may fight a motherfucking Jet Li. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't really say just because you get beat or something.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I'm
motherfuckers
saying?
like Kimbo Slice is the
Yeah.
main reason why it's okay to lose a fight.
Yeah,
like there's some
for
deadly
sure.
motherfuckers out here in this world.
Hell
like,
yeah, for sure.
I promise you, like R.I.P. to the legend Kimbo.
I
but-
think it's getting away from me now because I had this joke waiting because I just see Deezy going in on the chips and I was about to be like, this episode brought to you by the Food Network. Like, hold up the chips.
well, let me say this point, Colgate.
I didn't want to lose it, you know what I'm saying? I worked hard on this material.
He was writing that last night, waiting for it.
No, what I'll say
Have
is
to
like
tell the dirty laundry.
to that point, right? So listen, I think like when it comes down to a fight, like I think that's why it's pretty dangerous. Like one thing you learn in martial arts is like try to avoid fights
Avoid
the
that
older you
shit.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah, because shit gets crazy. Like
Yeah.
knives, things like
Yeah.
people get guns.
Especially
like
now,
Even
like
without
now-
that, people
like
can
now-
kill each other.
Yeah.
hell yeah,
With
hell
your
yeah,
bare hands.
hell
man.
yeah.
You really
but,
can.
but like it's always best to avoid it. Like you could kill someone on accident and end up getting going
Yeah.
to jail and shit.
Right.
But I guess like to say to that point, you know, I don't condone violence.
Like when I used to come up, when I came up, like when I was like a teenager and shit, when we used to fight first, and then like where I'm from in Temple, like okay, we'll fight. If it go down there, then sometimes it could possibly go to guns. But like my little cousin, them motherfuckers straight going to guns.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh man, like
yeah.
that's why it's like, oh man, like even me, like I ain't scared
Go
of
fight
nobody.
somebody.
But I be
Go
like,
fight.
I get her up, like you got it, bro. Like I don't even, I'm good, cause I know what I do, and I know if I damage somebody or if somebody damage me or whatever, I ain't gonna wanna like just straight go to guns or something. But
Yeah.
somebody else, if I damage somebody else, they might just straight wanna go to guns. Or if I think I'm finna get a fair fight.
Bro,
Real
I used to
shit,
fight
real
all
shit.
the
They even
time.
scared of you. They
Right.
like,
Used to
man,
fight
I
all
ain't
the
fighting.
time.
Have you been suspended for fighting before?
So
I
many.
have.
Listen,
So
so many times. But what you learn is, as an adult,
This a crazy white boy.
as an adult, when you fight people and the law gets involved, your life gets really, really fucked up for a really long time. So
Hell
like you're
yeah.
like, yo, I could whoop your ass today, but I'm gonna have to prove my case
Would
tomorrow.
not be worth it.
And it's just
Not
like,
worth
if I
it.
already hate you, am I really going to let you fuck my life up? Because several of us have had a lot of different run-ins, and we don't want any more run-ins.
Well, I think I can relate to
Run-outs.
I can definitely
Run
relate.
opposites.
Run away.
Run
I
away.
don't want any more runaways.
Yeah, man. I got into like a lot of fights and shit like that growing up, street fights. I guess to say all that to say, right? Like, you never know what to trust in the streets because there's no rules in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, someone could jump you. Like, there ain't, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it ain't like in the streets where people are gonna be like, all right, well, hell, let's get a fair 3 rounds going real
Yeah.
quickly. Nobody, like, you never know. But I say all this: a lot of people, I say most men or most people, they may overestimate how well they can fight. So, like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much: even like me, I'm not oblivious to, yo, there's some people that can wreck my shit. And listen, I'm not here to be like
Right.
Billy Badass, but
Right.
like I'm here to protect what's mine. Like
Yeah,
I
for
always
sure.
try to like diffuse it, but if there's a motherfucker that got an issue, then it has
was
to
a
be what
gem.
it is.
Yeah.
Right. For sure, I definitely think like with the Street Fighter analogy,
Right.
you'll be very shocked
Right.
how much of a different story. Like I said,
Damn,
I would
what?
definitely invite you to try out a free session
Yeah.
over at the gym I go to, American Top Team Atlanta.
Right.
I'm telling you,
Where
it's
is
a
that
lot
at?
fucking.
Where is that at? I'll be
Yeah,
there
Joe's
tomorrow.
ready.
I'll be there
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Man, there's 3 things I want to ask you, and I definitely
For
want to
sure.
get back into
So-
the fighting career and the music. But one's kind of a comment too, man. This man is like, seriously, fellas, he's like a professional. And the other thing is touching on what you were talking about with fighting, like anything, right? Any craft that you're talking about. When you study it and you do it day in and day out, like you do with piano, Joe, or like your regular exercise routines that we do and stuff, like seriously, man, it's like a science. You become an animal. So like this dude is a professional at fucking people up.
Well, let's use these words lightly now.
Hey man, I've seen the footage.
For sure, I'm a very good fighter. Until I take a fight, like an amateur fight.
And I'm not saying somebody couldn't get the better of you, but I'm just saying.
That ain't what I was saying. There
if
are
you
people
at the
that
bar, look out.
No, I appreciate the love. Hey, I appreciate the love, brother. I appreciate the love, brother. No, all I was saying was pretty much like I know I could fight pretty well, and I've been doing martial arts for a while. All I'm saying is like, for instance, right? Who do you think will win in a fight between Bruce Lee or fucking
that's a
Bruce Lee versus fucking like let's go with like Israel Adesanya. You know what I mean? Like it's not a comparison.
Bruce was just such a genius though, because he's kind of like a crime fighting ninja secret agent.
Well,
so
Colgate, look at Colgate.
I mean, I feel like Bruce Lee could take on Stallone or something, and that's saying some
sounds
shit.
good. Colgate. It sounds Colgate. I'm telling you, right?
Sounds
Colgate,
good.
I'm telling you.
Good.
I think
These are facts.
Colgate is Colgate. Listen to this.
I'm not going to argue.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. Hear this point. Hear this point.
Is he a man?
Bruce Lee can fuck up a lot of people on the streets, right? It's a huge difference between that and fighting like a pro or UFC champion.
Yeah.
Like for instance, right? Somebody could be very good at basketball, right? Mm-hmm. There's a huge difference between being good and playing against a D1 athlete or an NBA player. You know what I mean?
I wasn't with the deal. I'm just fucking with you.
No,
I know exactly what you mean. I'm just teasing.
No, I know you're fucking around. But I wish though, shit. I mean, I don't mind taking that credit, but you know how that shit is. Like people would chin check you talking that type of shit. Like not you, like me. They'll be like, yo, oh Josh, no, people are like, oh, you're a professional. Let's schedule a fucking
time out. I need a few more lessons before I'm ready for you.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely
ready.
I'm definitely not opposed to it.
I'm finna say he said people will chin check you for that, but you know, like it's just like.
Hey, listen, I'm not opposed to an amateur fight now. Like, I'm not saying I'm afraid. All I'm saying is like,
what I'm
just
saying
a humble
is like,
martial artist.
I like how you carry and how you speak because I can tell you smart and you got some sense and you like don't. You don't let it all hang out all the time, and that's good because it's just like this, like how you just said somebody can chin check you for talking like whatever. They can see the interview. Okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Just like with somebody wearing some jewelry or some shit. Like just because you wear jewelry, that don't mean like somebody can rob you just because you wearing that jewelry.
Hell
It's basically like you gotta, however you carry yourself, you have to be ready for anything. So I know that when I put on my jewelry, I know that a motherfucker can walk up to me anywhere and be like, let me get that.
Hell yeah.
So I gotta be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't always wear my shit because sometimes I ain't even in the mood for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Colgate was just talking about it. Like I'm like, I ain't feel like wearing my jewelry because I didn't feel like just in case of extra. Sometimes I go to the club and I want to wear my jewelry because I'm with the shit. Like, oh, it is what it is. And I want to wear. I'm gonna wear my shit. But then it's another time where I don't feel like.
That's the whole reason I don't wear jewelry.
Like it ain't saying you soft or nothing like that.
Hell
it's just like, you know what I'm saying. Like sometimes like I don't feel like popping my music shit. Like man, I feel like I can out rap anybody. Other days I'm just like he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do that contest. I ain't gonna. And they be like, Deezy, enter this contest. I be like, nah, they got it. I don't feel like doing
for sure.
You know
I think you're smart as well, brother, because you understand life is about balance.
It's about
you know
balance.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's
Hold on.
That's exactly what it is, Colgate. That's
life
exactly
is
what
about balance.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? You don't necessarily as a man have to always like a lot of people do.
Like
you don't always have to go around flexing like, oh, I can fuck this person up.
Like this, like how motherfuckers, like how you. All right, for instance, I can put all this together in one big example. Say you out somewhere, you this person, and you got on a big ass chain, half a kilo, big ass in the AP, and you shining like a motherfucker. Somebody walk up to you with a gun, like, let me get that. But they don't even know in your head, you know how to take this gun from them and kill them in one move, like, bitch. You know like my granddaddy taught me a move how to shut somebody's body down, and I never use it because he like, don't use this unless you really got to just shut somebody's body down. You know what I'm saying?
For
like
sure,
so it's like. you just gotta watch out in life. It's about balance, like you said, bro. And you got a gift nobody don't got, and that's your brain. Everybody don't got. Everybody got a brain, but they don't know how to use it. Everybody got a brain, but they don't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to use your brain. Even motherfuckers who know how to use it can misuse it sometimes. I've misused my brain a lot of times, but
same here.
Let me
for
ask
real.
this, because I kind of want to take it back to when you said you started getting into fighting. What do you feel like kept you from, because you said, you know, all of what we learn in fighting is not to actually be used like outside, you know what I'm saying? So like what
unless you have to.
Yeah, unless you have to. Yeah. Like you're not just going and starting fights. Like what do you think made you represent that, you know, through those years that you were learning how to fight?
Represent what part?
Just like not going out and just picking fights.
Yeah, I mean, I can't necessarily say I'm a perfect.
Where are you going out?
I've definitely had a couple of run-ins. I've definitely had a couple of run-ins. I will say, like, I haven't really gotten to too many fist fights as adults. Maybe some posturing to fight.
Some posturing.
Yeah, but I haven't really.
What about competitions? When did you start competing and taking like, you know, fights or sparring and things like that?
So that's what I was telling you. I've done like lots of sparring, but I've never competed. Like, so I was supposed to compete like in 2019, and then it was just like a bunch of stuff happened. COVID pandemic. I moved into. It's just like life happened. Yeah. I do like. I'm not opposed to competing, right? I definitely have the interest. Like when I tell you this is like what I love, you know what I mean?
I know, man. I can see it.
For sure.
Yeah. The work speaks for itself.
Right.
100%. 100%. It's just a huge dedication with this. I have to know what I'm getting myself into. And it's not necessarily because I have fear of this dream at all. Mm-hmm. It's just like when it comes to fighting, you got to be all in this shit. Like I still have like a 9 to 5. I still have like a regular life. So it's like with fighting, you can end up dead from this shit. Like this ain't a joke.
I think though with I think though with every dream, or most people dream, or people that I think with every dream comes some fear.
100%.
Like there's some fear in every dream. Like, would this happen? Would that happen? What if this happen? It's some fear somewhere. Even if you don't show that fear, or you don't say it, you don't. It's some fear. You know what I'm saying? And
I think that's some real shit.
Yeah,
that's 100% true. I think, not even just some fear, right? I almost will say going after your dream takes a lot of fear and a lot of fucking guts.
Yeah.
You know how many people I've talked to that's been like, oh man, I wish I could do this, or I want to make music, or I want to do this, I want to do this. And they'd be like, yo, I'm scared how the world will perceive me if I put out music.
It's
like
not
that's literally
actually
what
a dream unless there's like fear in it. Right. You know what I mean?
Shit. Real shit.
Cass keeps calling it every episode. He says the leap of faith.
Right.
And that's really, man, that it's kind of, I'm glad that you said what you said, because let me ask you this too. What is the dream for you? Because
you read my mind out of what we talking
really,
about. What do you want people to know you as?
Because I know you love music, but you love to fight too. But man,
for sure. Right now,
it's like the interview took over the fighting aspect. I don't. So what is?
Well, yeah. We didn't get too close into the fighting aspect, but. I was,
you know, I love you.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I love you.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry.
But for sure, like I tell you, man,
much.
There's a lot of things I love. Like I said, we were talking about gaming. If we were talking about philosophy, if we were talking about, but like to make a long story short, I want to do this music shit. I want to get, like, as you know, I was modeling for a good bit of time. So I was, you remember I got on VH1 that time.
Do I remember? Hold up. No, I don't remember. I feel like we need to be debriefed on this. But yeah, we want to hear more about the dream, but then you're going to have to revisit that. For
sure. But yeah, I really just want to be an entertainer. Like, I really want to do this music shit. I really want to do this, this rapping thing heavy. I do want to do acting and modeling. I still want to stay in those fields. And then I also want to get heavy into like maybe like writing scripts. Now, as far as like my MMA and UFC dreams go, I'm not sure. It's something that I love for sure. It's a hobby that I love.
Maybe a fusion.
A fusion, for sure. A fusion.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a lot of things. Like I can't talk about all the ideas and all the films that I have in my head, but let me tell you, there's a lot of things I want to do with MMA,
awesome.
and like I just want to continue to grow. And that's the thing I tell you about getting you into
I got an
this.
idea for you. I ain't gonna talk about it on camera. Somebody might try to take it.
Yeah. That's why I
got an
didn't
idea
say.
for
That's
you.
why I didn't say on
I
camera.
got an idea for
I got
you.
an idea for one of you.
I got ideas.
Yeah.
I
I got like
ideas,
I actually got 2 ideas. Like I think I got an idea of what you're gonna say.
I've got like
I actually
5
have
ideas.
2 ideas when it comes
I've got a lot
to
of
films with. I don't want to say it on camera. But for sure, like
Joe said,
I got a lot of ideas.
I got a lot of ideas. I got so many ideas.
I was just looking dead at his face.
But let me tell you, the
So many
landscape of
ideas.
how a lot of this fighting shit goes, like I can't say I'm opposed to actually making a run. I still think I got a tad bit of time left to if I do say like, yo, fuck it, I really want to dive into this, I do think I still got some time. And then I also think that I have some time for just the landscape of all these fucking stupid fights. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to like taking some like
You should do some-
spectacle type of fights. Make
you
sure
should
they're
do some
real and make sure
wrestling.
it's
Right,
like
right.
Yeah.
a
Should do
regular
some
opponent.
wrestling.
Yeah, I want to
Just
compete in some
wrestle.
jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try. I'm definitely going to do some competition. I just gotta take a look. I do have TMJ, so I am trying to work on that injury, like my jaw injury, so I could take hits correctly. But all in all, if all else fails, I do know I want to get in this movie game, and I do want to use like some of this martial arts for these movies and some of this shit.
Got
And-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I-
music is
action movies, man. Let's
music
go.
is the
Let's
dream.
go.
yeah,
saying,
music is the
right?
most
So-
demanding because you'll be listen. If you don't stick with music first,
how our producers are telling us about time. How are we doing for time?
Well, let me
we'll
say
wrap
this.
up.
Good.
We'll wrap
If
up.
you do like a music video with
We
a
leave.
bunch of martial arts in it, or just fighting like music video,
Well,
that would be hard.
you know, it's
That's all I'm
crazy.
gonna
I
say.
actually have a song about an important legend, and I don't want to say it right here for someone to steal my idea, but I actually have a song about an important legend in the fight game. And I think it'll be really dope to release it. Like, my biggest thing that I worry about with music is I'm like, all right, should I drop the shit that's like, you know,
You should
lyrical,
always
deep?
drop the shit.
Or try to be dropping shit to go
Yeah.
viral on, like, you know,
gotta drop all of
TikTok
it.
and all this fucking, you know, viral shit that the
Okay.
game is now. That's what I'd be trying to figure
the
out.
stuff that goes viral, a lot of that stuff people did not plan
Man,
for that to
people
go
be just-
viral.
It's got
Man,
a
I
mind
seen
of
them
its
motherf-
own.
I mean,
I seen
like,
them
for real.
motherfucker today, bro. Like, I'm just tired of the internet, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I seen them motherfucker getting a haircut on the roof, right? So somebody looking out the window like this here, and then the dude, when he done getting a haircut, he shake everybody. He like, all right, them motherfucker on the roof, he jump off the roof. And they put the camera on him landing on like falling, like off the roof. But I guess that's how you go viral.
I mean, that sounds interesting.
Actually,
Tomorrow, breaking news. You can see Deezy's face. 6:00 news.
I wish
I'm
we
gonna
could
rap
pull
and
off
then
the
jump
roof.
off the
Haircut on
roof.
a
Hey,
roof.
I
I'm gonna
wish-
rap and jump off the roof.
Haircut on a roof.
I really wish we had more time to really
Hey,
get into.
before.
Oh no,
Yeah,
just
before-
like to talk about like how the internet affects like the brain. 'cause
Man, I want to
actually
talk
do-
about your music before you get off
Oh,
of here.
let's
Yeah,
get
that's
into
what
the
I'm
shit. Let's
saying.
get into
What
the
type of
shit.
rapper are you?
Yeah.
What type of rapper?
So-
What's your
so-
style?
So my main style is I definitely am heavily inspired by like those that like spit bars, like the Lil Waynes, like the Kanyes. Nas is
The
my
Colgates,
favorite
the
rap.
Casses, the Deezys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Goddamn.
for sure. Kendrick is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Kendrick hard.
But I also like the formula of being versatile, like, you know, like Smino and Drake, and
Yeah.
you know, I really like the versatility. So it's like sometimes you could see me doing like, you know, I do believe that, like, I know there's a huge argument of some people like, oh, this person's lyrical, I can't turn up to that, and then there's certain people that's like, oh, turn up doesn't have enough like bars,
Right.
but it's like I kind of like to make songs in like
Man.
multiple ways. Like I like to make shit that you could turn up to,
Yeah.
but then sometimes I won't like my
I
lyrical
remember you saying
songs
you
that you could turn
versatile.
up.
You said
yeah,
that before the
exactly.
interview started. Yeah.
I love
What do you
versatility.
talk about in your records?
Like life, like let me say this, like Road Dog, you know what I mean? I kind of like made that one. It's like I tried to put like an artistic touch on it. So like, you know, originally like a Road Dog is just like a close friend or a close camaraderie, you know what I mean? But I like tried to make it go more in depth in the song as like just like as the hometown kid. I kind of wanted that type of vibe, like people that could relate to, as you just kind of came up in the trenches just with a dream, just a kid with a dream, you know what I
Facts,
mean?
they come up.
And in the song I just talked heavy about like loyalty and like the lessons that I have learned growing up and how like for your friendship, your bond is deeper than ever. But it's like my second verse, right? I tried to make like artistic spin with like making like extended verse about just using anything that relates to dogs because the song is called Road Dog. Right. So it's like pretty much I try to like
a bit of both,
yeah. I try to put like a little spin on things.
That's dope.
You know
That's
what
cool.
I mean? But I have songs that's about like strip clubs. I have songs that goes into like telling stories about another figure's biography. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're versatile.
We got a
100%.
record.
Yeah.
We got a record that we're cooking.
So
Super excited
like,
about that.
I'm very
coming
excited
out on
about
Perfect
that.
Gentleman.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about this record that I got going down with Colgate called Moving On. So I definitely think that it's great, especially to work with a dope artist like Colgate.
Thank you
know
so
what
much.
I mean? I've been
Happy
fucking
to have
with
you.
100%. I've been fucking with your movement for a while, so you know what I mean?
Thank you, brother. Also, what are like if somebody's looking into you, what records do they have to check out? Like Krash Benji,
I think
you gotta hear this.
I think every single person that wants to hear more about me or what type of artist that defines me, if you really want to know like a lot about my story, who I am, Death Before Dishonor, hands down. There's a music video on it. I actually want to
I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah,
That's
I actually
fine.
want to re-upload it or whatever, but definitely play that on
So
Apple Music.
where can people find you at?
So
where can I
on
find you?
all social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, anywhere, Krash Benji, KrashBenji.
And we'll have it right underneath here, so they'll definitely see it.
100%.
Before we go, is it any person in your life or any person in the world who gives you your motivation?
100%.
If you can pick one person,
100%. One person that gives me my motivation. Man, there's many. You know, there's
one
many.
person,
But
Just
like,
one.
No deeper person.
Only one.
No deeper person has a heart like guy has a place in my heart like my mom. At the end of the day,
I knew it.
Nobody has like a
Shout
deeper
out
place
to
in my heart
Mama.
like my mom.
We love all mamas. Oh my Lord Almighty. I'm taking a turn. Oh Lord Almighty. Hallelujah.
Yeah, mama for sure though.
Oh, yeah, mom.
Shout out to mom, man.
Definitely
Shout out to
mom.
everybody's mom.
Definitely.
Mother's Day coming soon.
We didn't get to the lightning round today. The producers are telling us we got to
Nah,
wrap
let's get it
up.
right now. All right, boom. Let's boom.
Okay,
We had a
Right off the top of your
now.
head, then.
Lightning round.
Deezy,
Boom.
fire 'em off.
What's your
get
pet peeve?
Pet peeve.
Fire 'em off.
Oh, people that just leave shit hanging. Like they be like, "Hey, I gotta tell you something." Oh, never mind.
Boom.
Shit, yeah, I hate that shit. I hate that
Next
shit.
one,
Boom.
go.
What's your favorite pair of shoes?
Oh, I love Jordans and Nikes. They make you look tall.
Jordans and
They
Nikes.
really line up with the shoes. I love them.
What do you hate about a girl
need
that you're
Jordans.
talking to? What'll make you be like, man, stop calling my phone, man?
Just like I guess like
You got to spit it out.
okay. A girl that's just kind of all about herself. Like she just only talk about herself. She only focus on
I
herself.
stuck up
you know
Poe.
what I
Joe,
mean?
hit him with
It's
a
about
question.
both. It's about both. It's unity.
I can't.
Where do you see?
These guys.
Where do you see yourself in 2 years from now?
Man, I see myself at least 6 figures to $1 million, man. I really do see myself
The
that
money.
way.
You got to
I
do
like
the money
that.
back
Right.
for that.
It's not all
the
about
money
the money.
side.
It's not all about the money. More than anything, I see myself fulfilled than happy. More than anything, I
there
see
you go.
myself fulfilled.
Very
There you
nice,
go.
my brother.
Okay,
brother.
all right.
Last 2
all right.
questions.
Hold on, I got a couple more. Lil Wayne and Jay-Z.
That's 2.
Bro, I love both so much.
Lil Wayne and Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
All right. 2 of the greatest rappers that passed away. Rest in peace to both of them. Nipsey or Pop Smoke.
Nipsey Hussle. But
All right.
Final question. Make it deep, Deezy.
Italian food or Spanish food?
man, I love spaghetti, but I hate cheese more than anything. I fucks with Mexican food heavy. I do like spaghetti, but that's all I could get with. But like if it's Alfredo cheese, any of that makes me throw
All right.
up. Like,
You work out?
Yeah, I do work
Lifting
out.
weights or body weight?
Oh, that's a good one. Lifting weights.
All right. If you can leave these people with one piece of advice today, what you'll leave them with?
Yeah, I just think like no matter what you're going through, no matter how life goes, I think like a huge important part of everything when it comes to this destiny is really just continue to keep going. You know what I mean? Dark days don't last. Don't ever think
That's
that you're
real.
worthless. Don't ever feel like you're unattractive. You know what I mean? Always feel like, hey, if there's something I need to work on, there's something I need to work on. But just remember, like, love yourself no matter how bad it looks. You know what I mean? You got your freedom. If you don't got your health, make sure you pray and, you know, get in tune with your health. But at the end of the day, like, life is beautiful. We only get one. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
One more thing. Last thing.
Sure.
I promise, Colgate. I promise.
The producers are gonna stab me, bro. And you're responsible for my offspring.
Is it anything that we didn't ask you that you wish we would have asked you?
You know, I could talk about so much, like, you know what I mean? Maybe, like, you know, maybe we could have gotten into some relationship questions, like, talked about the women a little
Could there
bit.
be a part 2 to the Krash
But then
Benji
again, there's so
story?
many fucking podcasts about women. I think that's actually good that we did.
What's your favorite type of female? What's your favorite race? Like black, white, Indian, Puerto Rican, Blackanese, Japanese, Japanese.
Let me tell you this much. Like, I have, like, I'm not against, what's it called? Like, I like all, I think all women are beautiful, but let me tell you, like, chocolate women, brown skin women, like, I do like some light skinned women as well. Like, I'm not like a colorist or nothing like that or anything against light skinned women. Like, maybe it's because I'm already light skinned, but yeah, I have a huge weakness for like the brown skin and the chocolate baddies. Like, I love all of them.
Pretty
you know
brown,
what I mean? I love all black women though. I love all black women. I think all y'all are beautiful. Light skin, brown skin, dark skin. You know what I mean? But yeah, my huge weakness is like the chocolate baddies for sure.
All right, big booty or small booty?
Man,
We're an OT.
Like, let me say this much.
I'm just trying to.
Okay, no. Let me say this real quick before I go. Let me say this.
This is how you want to leave the people.
Yeah, no, I think this is important. I think this is important
Booty
to
or
say.
small booty?
Listen.
This is insanity.
Yeah. Listen.
It ain't your booty.
One
It's your booty.
last
Listen.
question.
I love a woman with a fat ass, man. Like, I'm telling you, that is my weakness. I love a woman with a fat ass. Like, those are the hardest women to get over. But I will say this, though. There are, like, some skinny women, like, in reality, like, don't worry too much about getting a fat ass. Like, just work out, be healthy. Don't get BBLs or none of that stupid shit. It's like, I say it's like the same as guys that be like, I need to get swole to get women. Like, if you look good, skinny, or even if you're not like a toothpick, like, you know what I mean? Like, as long as you're healthy, like, you know, love your body. But
Love
yeah,
yourself.
I love fat asses, bro.
All right, so we're gonna leave y'all with that, man. Love yourself,
right.
man. Love yourself. For the Culture Podcast. If you don't watch it, you ass.
Appreciate
For the
y'all.
culture.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Appreciate
For the Culture Podcast. If you don't watch it, you ass.
Y'all are dope. Shout out to this podcast.
We'll see you next time, boys and girls.
For sure. Y'all are